Welcome back guys and Merry Christmas! Today we're looking at the successor to the wildly popular Nokia 3310, the 3315. You know, the one that is indestructible. While that is definitely debatable, these phones are crazy reliable and built like tanks. And before you ask, I will not be performing durability tests on these phones. Unless we reach 70 likes. The Nokia 3315, released sometime in 2002, is an incremental update that brings a slightly better design in my opinion, nicer silicon keys and a better feel in the hand. When comparing these to modern smartphones like the iPhone 6s Plus, you can really appreciate just how small and compact these phones really are. I used to own one when I was about 10 years old. My uncle had just upgraded to a new phone plan, so it was given to me. I absolutely loved playing the games Snake and Space Impact, which were staples on Nokia phones at that time period. It was a cool blue colour, as it may be apparent this is not the original phone. And I'm not a fan of the Adelaide Crows football team, you could say. I would totally swap out the case, yes, you can replace the front and back case as well as the keypad. However, they are quite hard to find. I remember years ago seeing cases for these sorts of phones in just about every shop. Back then you didn't buy cases to put over your phones, you just bought new cases for your phone. This was a time when the phone industry was still trying to make phones small and even more compact. Luckily, one thing that wasn't impacted by this miniaturization was the battery life. These days you always hear people clamoring on about how good their phone battery life was back in the day. The thing is, they weren't kidding. Charging your phone was something you did maybe 2 to 3 times a week. This was likely due to phones having super low powered hardware and small, low powered displays. Before making this review, I thought to myself, hey, why not replace my current phone with the 3315? I mean, what could possibly go wrong? I wouldn't have access to social media or be able to take photos, but I would still have a functioning phone for calls and playing games. So I did it. For several days I relied solely on the 3315, and I'll tell you straight up, it was surprisingly good. I put my modern 4G Vodafone SIM in and it connected and worked instantly. I added all of my contacts, chose my favourite ringtone, which of course was the default Nokia tune, and that was it. Simple yet effective. If you ever use one of these, make sure that you put the message tone and ringtone volumes down, as these are super loud. I forgot to put it in silent mode while I was at work and it sure gave me a fright. When it comes to call quality, no one I talked to over the phone could tell the difference. I even tried calling myself over the landline and it sounded fine. I'm not sure how much longer the 2G networks are going to be supported for, so this might sort of date this review somewhat. However, in late 2016, phones like this still work fine on modern cellular networks. Okay, let's get this out of the way, the battery life. Oh my, was it relieving not to have to charge my phone every day. The battery in this phone is nearly 15 years old and has without a doubt spent countless years in a drawer uncharged. But somehow, by some miracle, I managed to get more than 4 days use out of it. Yep, that's right, more than 4 days. I say more than because I only used it for 4 days before switching back to my iPhone, and yes, it still had a charge. Probably one of the best things about phones like this is how they stand out. If you've ever wanted a conversation piece, this is probably the best thing, as a lot of people have fond memories of using phones like this back in the early 2000s. There were a few people that were curious as to why I was using such an old device. And no, I'm not that poor. I basically told them I was doing a review on it. If you were in the market to pick something like this up, you're probably going to be paying somewhere between $30 and $50 for one in working condition on eBay. In fact, you could buy the arguably more iconic Nokia 3310 for slightly less. However, if I had the choice and money wasn't a factor, I would still go for the Nokia 3315 every time. So, can a Nokia 3315 replace a smartphone? Well, if you only plan on making calls, texting, and maybe playing a few of the inbuilt games, then yes, it can definitely replace a smartphone. But if you want to do anything more involved, I'd say get a proper smartphone. Thanks so much for watching and have a Merry Christmas. Don't forget to leave a like if you've enjoyed the video. What do you want me to review next? Leave your choice in the comments below. There's the Sony Mavic digital camera that records to floppy disks, the Nokia 6310, or the Brother WP80. Expect more videos in the new year. Take it easy.